And when a person is exposed to this type of pervasive and highly inflammatory type of media coverage, they lose that impartiality. They can no longer say they are impartial. Certainly they can say they could be fair, but what that actually does is it consciously sets that person, takes them away from impartiality, and makes them make a conscious effort to be fair. And that, I think, is not impartial. Now, basically, it's the defense's position that the only location that has a large enough population that might meet the demographics requirement, as mentioned earlier, and there's also a strong likelihood of finding a disinterested group of people or impartial jurors, is quite frankly South Florida. South Florida has the largest enough population, and quite frankly, it just doesn't care about this case. Other stories have come and gone, and the Casey Anthony case is basically history as it relates to South Florida. The problem with North Florida, and I'll address that, is that it still somewhat has the spotlight on this case, and that there are other cases that have paralleled or have been compared to this case. For example, in Jacksonville, the Haley Cummings case is heavily covered as it is ongoing and as it continues. And many people often draw comparisons between these two cases. They're both missing children. The names of the children, Haley Marie versus Kaylee Marie. You have flamboyant bounty hunters. Texas EcuSearch is also involved there, as well as attorneys who have injected themselves into both cases. And they're constantly drawing these comparisons, these two cases. Both of them, the main person of interest is a young woman. And I think the fact that that case is still ongoing, as well as another prominent case, the Summer Thompson case, which has cut a deep scar into that northern Florida area. These two, moving a case like this would be a disaster, quite frankly, because all of these missing children's cases are often compared to one another.
I will not, for some time, announce a location. And when I do announce a location, the attorneys will know first, and that will basically, I will enter a gag order to the attorneys about the location, and then I will determine when we will let the world know where we're going. The defendant's motion for change of venue will be granted at the appropriate time. I will enter an order prior to us proceeding to somewhere in the state of Florida to select a jury. At some point, I will start contacting jurisdictions. The jury will be sequestered. They will be brought back to Orange County, and they will be kept at an undisclosed location and transported back and forth from wherever or whatever county they may be residing in and spending the night. As to Mr. Baez's concerns, I think we can take care of any protesters. The Orange County Sheriff's Department and the Orlando Police Department, we can deal with that issue if there are any protesters whatsoever.